I want to talk with you about wealth and a particular kind of wealth. The future has an enormous impact on the present in a couple of different ways. If we believe that something is going to happen, we take action to anticipate and attune to it. If we look and see a car running or driving towards us, and we believe it's going to hit us, we jump out of the way. If we believe that there's a diamond, just a bag of diamonds that's been left on the side of the road, we bend down and pick it up. And so, but that's based on the future. The idea that if we bend down, it'll still be there, right? And so the more clear we are about the future, the more certain we are about the future, and the more significant the future is. Now, all significance comes from pain or pleasure, and so the more clear and certain we are that doing something will result in pain or pleasure, the more we respond, right? So if we see a $100 bill blowing along on the sidewalk, 99% of people are going to bend down and pick it up. If you tell someone they'll be happier if they lose weight, can they see it? Are they certain? Are they certain that the happiness will outweigh the happiness of numbing a particular feeling by eating 100 donuts over the next year? Like it's about the clarity and it's about the certainty. But the future, based on its clarity, uncertainty, and significance, how much it will affect pleasure and pain, always affects the present. It also affects it in general atmosphere. If we are certain that the future will be better than the present, we take action to engage with the future. If we are certain, if we believe that the future is getting worse and there's nothing we can do about it, we tend to numb out, we tend to retreat. The quality of our enjoyment in the present, if you think about, I'm going to meet this wonderful person I haven't seen in 10 years, and you're thinking about that all morning as you're preparing to go to the airport, your whole morning is 3 times better than if you think, I'm going to be arraigned in court, publicly humiliated, and will be spending the next years in prison. The morning isn't so fun, right? So the future has an enormous impact psychologically and physically on the present moment. Now, what this means, if we, let's just say for argument's sake at the moment, let's just say we agree that the future has a 30% impact on the present. Right? That whether I'm enjoying the moment today is at least 30% influenced by what I think is going to come later in the day and tomorrow, and where I think my life will lead up. That the enjoyment of someone who thinks that their life is a waste of time, futile, it's going to end badly and be meaningless, versus that their life is going to have a purpose, it's going to have a meaning, we're going to be successful over time, and we will fulfill our human needs. The state of being of those two human beings is enormously affected by the future. But let's just say that it's only 30%. Well, if 30% of our quality of life is generated by the future, then 30% of our wealth, right? All wealth ultimately comes down to sustainable well-being, right? If you thought money, fame, success, popularity, and sex was going to make you feel miserable, why would you want it, right? It all correlates, all wealth correlates to well-being. So I'm going to suggest that we can get a 30% improvement in our well-being, a 30% increased enjoyment in the moment by having a wealth of positive futures that we can see are possible, that we see them clearly, that we see them intensely, and that have meaning, meaning there's a positive correlation with those futures and our well-being. So what is a really wealthy person in these terms? I would say that if you and I create a positive future every day for a year that we can relate to, that we can believe, that we can see is possible, and if we take steps every day that make more of those futures probable, that our present moment will be 30% richer, more meaningful, more purposeful, more exciting, more alive, right? And I'm not talking, massive things. If we take one step, 10 minutes to an hour a day that corresponds with making those futures more probable. For example, pretty much all positive futures get more probable if we are healthy. Right? If we don't go on a walk or a run or anything, if we just go out and walk for 10 minutes a day so that we're healthier, so that we have a healthy body to participate in those positive futures. Right? There needs to be at least one action a day that's taking us closer to these possible futures for them not just to create pain. Right? Pain is you see what you really want and you're impossibly far away from it. You don't believe, you're not willing to do what it takes to go there, and so it's painful. So it's the combination of creating positive futures, letting go of them. Obviously, you're not going to do all of them, and you're never going to do some of them. But you're doing all of them for the moment that you imagine them. So I want to suggest, and it's a discipline that I've added to my routine over the last few months, that is bringing about well-being, but I'm finding the well-being is tripling as I start doing this with my wife. As my wife creates positive futures and I create positive futures and we talk about them, the impact of those futures is going up 300%. Right? So there's a synergy effect in doing this with a friend or partner. It can be a friend, it can be a group you get together to create positive futures, right? But someone you care about, where it's fun imagining them in a future where they're happy. And they have fun imagining you in a future where you're happy. And you have fun imagining you in a future you're happy. And they have fun imagining themselves. See how the two doubles or more the impact. So to do this, and I usually do this in an email, you take a moment and imagine a possible future that you like. Small, big. I could save up this, invest this, then take the money and do this. I could do this. I could then do this for 18 months, and I would do it in this way, and this way, and this way. Is that possible? Is it probable? That seems pretty reasonable. Okay, right? How do I feel about that future? Like 1 to 10. Okay, send and just put it in a folder of possible or probable great futures. And just do that every day. And then sometimes I'll do a direct action in response to that. I'll look at that and I'll say, okay, I'm going to do this now that makes that twice as likely. That's it, right? Other times, I'm just going to carry on doing things that generally make my life better. I'll keep investing money. I'll keep taking my vitamins. I'll keep going for a walk. I'll keep learning and reading interesting books. I'll keep achieving these general goals that over time will make more of these futures possible. In summary, I think that an individual with 360 positive futures who takes one step a day, 10 minutes or more, to make those futures more likely is 30% wealthier than someone who doesn't. And the beauty of grasping this, it's my experience, it makes perfect sense to me. What's your experience? Does it make sense to you? The beauty of this is that it takes me an average of 10 minutes a day to write one positive future in an email and put it in a folder. And it takes me an average of 10 minutes a day to do something that takes me towards some of those futures. I do more in terms of goals and doing my work and things like that. But my life is 30% better for those 20 minutes of time invested to move me closer towards one or more of those futures. And the future becomes a positive, a friendly place. Which one will it be? Will I pick this one? Will I pick that? Will I combine this and that? What about this other person and the futures? Could we do this and this? Could we synergize a little bit? I hope it works for you the way it's working for me. It just takes a pen and paper, perhaps 15 minutes a day.